Hello, everyone. Today is election day. Today is the last day to vote in the primary for 2022. In Texas, we have an open primary system. Regardless of what party you're affiliated with, you can vote in either the Democrat or Republican primary, but you cannot vote in both. The primary election is where each party chooses their nominee and the person that will face off in the general election for each of the races. For example, in the primary, you will have Beto O'Rourke facing Joy Diaz for the Democratic nomination for governor. Now, once Beto wins, he will face Governor Greg Abbott, who will beat out Allen West. Y'all might say, Corey, that's a bold prediction. Hey, and I just say, that's just my political 2 cents. And we will be covering 3 important races. These are the races I feel are the most significant. So we will cover the governor's race, the attorney general, and we will also cover the local Houston election for Harris County Judge. Since we're talking about these races, let's start with the governor's race.
Thank you all for being here today.
The marquee race in 2022 is for Texas governor, but before Republican 2-term incumbent Greg Abbott hopes he can take on Democrat Beto O'Rourke, he'll have to beat 2 major conservative challengers, former state senator Don Huffines of Dallas and former Texas Republican Party chair Allen West, and multiple other candidates. The governor has former President Donald Trump's endorsement.
So they get ready for Dallas.
O'Rourke faces a variety of lesser-known Democrats in the primary. SMU political science professor Matthew Wilson says the governor and O'Rourke are favored to win their primaries, but that it's the governor's to lose.
Next is the attorney general. I believe this is the most important race on the ballot.
In another closely watched race, Republican 2-term incumbent Ken Paxton also has the backing from the former president, but he's still attracted 3 primary challengers: Texas Land Commissioner George P. Bush, former Texas Supreme Court Justice Eva Guzman, and East Texas conservative Congressman Louis Gohmert, all of whom are warning Paxton can lose in the general election against a Democrat. That's because Paxton is reportedly being investigated by the FBI after his top lieutenants made bribery and other allegations against him. He also still faces a trial on state felony fraud charges. 4 Democrats are vying for the nomination to run for AG: former Galveston Mayor Joe Jaworski, civil rights attorney Lee Merritt, former ACLU staff attorney Rochelle Garza, and Mike Field.
As the video stated, current Attorney General Kent Paxton is under federal investigation. Personally, I voted in the Republican primary. I voted for Eva Guzman. She seems to be a true conservative, somebody that will stick to principles. And it just very wild to me that this man continues to run even though he's under federal investigation. I know the law says innocent to proven guilty, but come on, man. You into some all kind of stuff and you under federal investigation, you still gonna run? Nah, I need to get you up out of here. You know, we don't need no more corruption in Texas. But hey, let's move on. So I believe the most significant race on the Democratic primary side is going to be the local election for Harris County Judge. And y'all might say, Corey, we got all these state races going on. Why is the most important race on the Democratic side a local election? Hey, I'm going to be honest with y'all. Texas is a red state. And Democrats typically don't do well in state elections. They do well in local elections. Plus, our current president, Joe Biden, is not doing very well. His poll numbers is way down. And typically, when the president not doing well, the independents who decide a lot of races, independents like myself, decide most of the races that are contested. And when a Democratic president is not doing well, the independents, they go to the Republican side. Hey, that's just how it tends to go. So let's get to this video.
Harris County Judge Lena Hidalgo's political future is on the line this year. She faces challenges from those within her party and those on the other side of the aisle.
Mattress Mac here introduces my friend Alexandra Miller. She's running for Harris County Judge. She's going to be tough on crime.
Crime appears to be the most talked about issue. Mattress Mac recently threw his support behind newcomer Alexandria Del Moro Mueller, a combat veteran who worked in finance.
What are our headlines? You know, crime and a body count. It's unacceptable.
Mueller is in a packed GOP field, at least 9 trying to win the nomination in March, arguing the system must be hard on repeat violent criminals.
We have utter lawlessness in the county. You know, the homicide gets the headlines, but how many carjackings are there? You know, how many break-ins? Like, we don't even talk about just all the property theft that they're very close to making Harris County uninvestable.
I am Martina Lamont Dixon. I was here, home alone one morning when 4 men tried to break in.
Humble ISD School Board President Martina Lamont Dixon is also a Republican, trying to oust Hidalgo.
I just cannot stand what I'm seeing, and I know that there is a better way.
She says public safety, including crime and flood control, need to be prioritized above all else.
If the current county judge comes out of her primary, one thing I will say, if we do want to see a change in Harris County, I am the biggest threat to make that happen.
We can't afford another 4 years of ineffective and inefficient leadership.
Erica Davis is a Democrat who works as chief of staff for a constable. She too wants Hidalgo out of office. Davis hopes to win the March primary by arguing rising crime rates are hurting our community.
We have to have leadership that engages the community. I asked the voter, when have you seen our current judge in your community?
As for the woman in power, Hidalgo told us today she expects voters to re-elect her, dismissing the criticism leveled against her as politics at their worst.
For people to spend their time playing politics over these dead bodies is despicable. It is sad, it is unfair, and it is inappropriate.
As y'all can see, Judge Lynn has heat coming from both sides. She has a serious Democrat challenger, and she also has Republicans coming for her seat. As you heard, they say she's soft on crime, and we have an uptick in Houston area right now, uptick in crime, and it's not looking too good right now. You know, I'm not liking this crime uptick we got going out here because I live in this area, and personally, I do not like progressive judges, and I hope, you know, somebody takes her seat. So, hey, I'm just being honest because, you know, I don't want my city to turn into San Francisco, the crime they have over there on the West. I would say the more important ballot is the Republican ballot. They even have appropriations on their ballot.
If you vote in the Republican primary, you'll get to weigh in on more than just candidates. The Texas GOP has 10 propositions on the ballot, but these propositions will not necessarily become law. They're a chance for the party to gauge voter opinions on a variety of issues. Those opinions then help the Texas Republicans decide what should be its legislative priorities during the next session next year. So what is the Texas GOP asking voters about? The propositions range from border protection, critical race theory in schools, to denying treatment to transgendered children. And while these propositions are basically a poll of voters, they are important for the party. They use the responses to craft future strategy and determine the direction of party priorities. If you vote in the Democratic primary this year, there will be no propositions on your ballot.
But hey, if you are partisan, you're not independent like myself, you want to vote Democrat, hey, more power to you. But hey, I'm going to give you an assignment. It's up to you to take the assignment. Assignment 1, vote for Sheila Jackson Lee. Assignment 2, don't vote for Judge Lynn. Get her up out of there. Because, hey, we need somebody who's not going to be weak on crime. And, hey, that's just my opinion. And, hey, I hope y'all all like this video. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Noesis. And, hey, if you ready to vote, the common places you can go vote at are schools, libraries. You can find your city hall. You can vote there. And, hey, let's all do our reasonable service as a citizen of America, because many people worked hard so all of us can have the right to vote. And hey, this is the end of the video. Remember to unplug and prosper. Y'all have a great day.